Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in last video we saw that the thing about operator precedence. So we saw how the double asterisk or exponent operator has the highest precedence and the plus has the lowest precedence. So in today's video I will talk a little bit about the data types in Python. So a data type is a way for a programming language to determine the type of data that is entered by the user. So how the programming language will know whether you have entered a string, an integer or a decimal number, that is where the data types come into picture. So by using the data type you will let the program know that whether you are entering strings or integers or something like that. So there are three most commonly used data types in Python. The first one is string, and the second one is floating point, and the third one is integer. So string data type may be any value that is surrounded by single quotes, such as a single quote, and inside that I have written my name Shubham. So let us see an example by doing this thing. So as I have told you in the last tutorial that I will open ideally for entering the Python code. So first I am opening this ideally. You can see that ideally shell is opened. Now I will enter a string like I have done in the presentation. You can see that the string is printed in the shell as an output. So whatever you type in this after this triple arrow, that will be printed as an output. So here the string is printed, but if you do like this, if you do not use single quotes and you print this, it will be printed as an integer, and if you do like this, if you include decimal points, then it will be printed as floating point numbers. So note that whenever you are using anything within quotes, that will be treated as a string. Like if I enter 23 inside quotes, then this input is different from this input. So this input will be treated as a string. So next comes the floating point data type. The floating point data type contains values that are with the decimal points like 23.05, and integer data types only contain whole numbers that do not have any decimal places. So it's now time to see some examples. So we can use blank string also by opening and closing the single quotes without writing anything. So if we now open and close the single quote, it will be a blank string. It doesn't contain any string value. So next we will see string concatenation. String concatenation is a way to join two strings to make up the final output. So if I now type the first name John and I concatenate with the surname Doe, then you will see that it concatenated both the string and it resulted in a new string called John Doe. That is how the concatenation works. So with the same string John, if I want to add 100, it should give me an error like this. See, it is giving a type error that 100 is not a string. It cannot convert 100 into a string. 100 is an integer. So if I want to still join these two things, then what I have to do is I have to convert 100 to string first. To do that, we have to simply type 100 within single quotes. Now it should work. And there is one cool thing about strings is that in Python you can duplicate string as many times as you want by using the asterisk symbol. If I now type John, then I type 5 asterisk symbol and I type 5, then the string John will be repeated 5 times and the new string will be created. This is the new string that contains the name John 5 times. So now we will come to storing values in a variable. You can think of a variable as a container. So if we want to store a number 15 in a container in Python, first you have to declare the name of the container, where I am giving the name to the container as x. X is the name of the container. So now I have to store the value in x. So the below syntax, that is x equal to 15, will store the value to value 15 to container x. Let's see an example. Suppose I named the container as x and I am storing value 5. Now see, it didn't printed any output because the 5 is stored in a container, that is x. Now if I print x now, you will get this output, x equal to 5. So we will not use the name container here. We will use variables wherever we will use later onwards, but for simplicity I am explaining as this as container. So a container can be anything. It can store any data type. Unlike other languages, we do not declare data types in Python. It can store any data type, whether it is integer, floating point number or string. So next comes the assignment operator. In the previous example, here I showed you that x equal to 5, but I didn't told you what this equal to means. Equal to is the assignment operator. So with the assignment operator we can do many things, but before that let me tell you the importance of let me create a new let me open the ideally. So before telling about as I told you about assignment operators, right? So before proceeding, let me further extend this variable property. Like you stored value, let's say 15 in x. That means this 15 is recognized by the this 15 is stored by the system now. Now instead of using 15 every time, you can use the value x to refer to 15. So every time you use x, it will do the operation what it will replace x with 15. So let's see an example. Now here I am typing x plus 5. See, it has printed 20. Simply the x is replaced by the number 15. So we can do many operations like this. We can declare another variable and do the same thing, x plus 5, and store like this, and if we print y now, it will give the same output. Now we can increment the same operator, like we have stored 15 in x. Now I want to increment this 15 by 1. So what I will do is I will write x plus equal to 1. That means x equal to x plus 1. So after I did that, I didn't got any output. So if you print x, you will see 16, because the new value of x is 16. And if you now print y, the same value will come, because it referenced the previous. It actually I did this calculation before assigning new value. So y still stores 20. It didn't got the new value because this line is after this line, so it didn't got the new value. To update y, what I have to do is, again I have to type y equal to x plus five. Then if you print y, you will see 21. Now it has got the 16 value, and 16 plus 5 is 21. So this is how we increment the values of a variable. So next comes the variable names. So the name is allowed. Name is allowed means the name, the variable name, if we declare a variable name as name, that is allowed. But my name, my hyphen name, that is not allowed, because hyphen is not allowed. Let me show you by an example. If we declare name and equal to, I give John, then this is allowed. But if I give my hyphen name equal to John, then this might throw an error that it cannot identify what is this, because hyphen is not allowed in case of variable naming. It is actually it is telling that it cannot identify the operator, because hyphen it identifies hyphen as the subtraction operator. That's why it is telling this output. So next is my name is allowed. Two names concatenated, two strings concatenated strings are allowed. But if we give my name like space, that is not allowed. Like if I type my space name, it will be also not allowed. And we should not include dollar sign also. Money sign also we should not use, like I am using here. You can see it will give an error. It is clearly showing that money sign is not allowed. So there is one more thing that is not allowed, that is the strings, the variable name that begins with the numbers. So if you type a variable name that begins with a number like 4 square equal to 16, then this is also not allowed. And similarly, you cannot declare a variable name inside quotes like this. It will also throw a syntax error. So these are about the variable naming conventions. And let's now write a simple program, a greetings program we will write to greet the users whenever they enter their name. So before writing the greetings program, I want to introduce two functions. The first one is print and the second one is input. So the print statement is used to print data to the console, and the input will take data from the console. So by default, input will take only string as input, but we can change it to strings, we can change it to integers and floating point number whenever we require, but there are separate functions to do that. We will talk about those things later. So the program will be like this. The first line of the program will print hello world. This is the most classic example, as you saw in many other tutorials. If you gone through any other programming tutorials, you might have seen the first thing that they print is hello world. So the hello world we will print, and then we will take the name of the user as input, and the string that I have included inside the name, that will inside the input parenthesis, that will act as that will give a message to the user about what to enter. Otherwise user will not understand what he or she should enter. So we are now assigning. So what we are doing is we are declaring a variable or a container, you can say. The name of the container is name, and we are taking the value of the input and assigning it to the container name. So the name container will store the person's name, and then it will print hello message, and then it will insert the value that is stored here, and it will greet the person good morning. That is our first program. So let's quickly do our first program. So I will open ideally, and I will go to file, new file, then I will open this, then this new untitled window will open. So what I will do is I will quickly print the hello world. After printing the hello world, we will take the input, after taking the input, what it is actually doing is, I told you before also, the input is taken from the console and it is stored in the variable name. So after that, what we will do is we will just print that. Notice I am giving a space here so that it doesn't get squashed with that hello. It should not be a single string, it should have some spaces in between. So after that I will include the variable name, then again I will give a space and I will greet good morning. So this is our simple program. So what we have to do is, first we have to save the program. So in order to save the program, we will save it as .py file. So in my case, I am saving it as greetings.py. py is the extension of Python. So whenever you write a Python script, you have to store with extension .py, like you do for text files .txt, and this py is the Python extension. After saving it, click on this run module button. Under run, click on this run module. So let me just open this. It is actually in the very bottom of the screen, the output is coming. So what I will do is I will close this window, and I will now open a new IDLE window, and I will open the file that I just created right now. This is the file, and I will click on the run command, run module. So it is asking for the name, so I will write my name, and see, it printed hello Shubham, good morning. It inserted my name into that print statement. To do that, first it has to store my name, so it stored my name in the name variable. Actually, what this is doing, I am telling, this input is giving Shubham to the name variable. So name is now equal to Shubham, and it is printing the value of the name here. So that is it. It is very simple. So that's how we wrote our first Python program. So in this tutorial, I have told you how to declare variables, how to use assignment operators, how to store values in a variable, and how to write a simple greetings program. These are all beginner level things. I will go into more. I will dig more deeper, and I will tell you more advanced things related to Python. And please don't forget to subscribe my channel. And if you found this video useful, please like, share, and if you also want to get all the notifications related to this video series, please consider subscribing. Otherwise you will not get the notifications, and also click on the bell icon. That's all I have for you today. We will meet soon. I am trying to keep this series. I am trying to post videos almost every week, so that this series gets completed fast. This will be a long series, and I am trying my best to complete it fast. That's all, guys. Thank you. Bye.